out and give my wife half of me, half of my time, half of my attention, half of these things. And Danny just checked out. She just went back to doing what it was that she was doing. Thank you for coming on with me for a minute, Danny. I know next week we'll be back rocking and rolling together in June. Yeah, June. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, you can't go out and give half of your time, half of your emotion, half of your attention. You have to give it all. Whatever it is that you're doing at that very specific moment, give it your all. So, when it comes to positive thinking and you're thinking about how that relates to thinking in a positive manner. Okay, so say for example, at your job, you are in corporate America, you're in a regular everyday job, whatever it is that you consider it, call it, and you see a promotion that you want. You see something that you want, and it all comes down to what are you going to do to go get it. So, you see this promotion that you want. You've been working at the company for a few years, whatever the case is. You do good work. I mean, you could do better. You could do better. But, you're one of the top people based on your production. But, you're not giving 100% effort. And that position that you want, you get overlooked and someone else gets that position. So, what could have been avoided there? You got to look at yourself. You got to look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, you know what? I need to obtain 100% value in the space that I am in. So, giving your all in everything that you do. So, you want that position, but, your job, your boss comes up to you and say, hey, listen, so-and-so is out this week, and it's not exactly what you do on a consistent basis, but I really need your help with this. Can you do it? You could either look at that and say, you know what, that's not what I do, that's not my exact field. I mean, you could do it, but because it's not in your job description, you'll stray away from doing it, and things like that are going to get you overlooked. So what you need to do is say, listen, anything that I have in my space that I'm in to go further and go further ahead in life and to become a better person, I'm going to do everything possible and I'm going to give everything that I have into it. So at your job, are you giving 100%, 110%, 125% each and every day? Are you? Guess what? When you really start to go hard and just start to give everything that you have and everything that you do, your mindset is going to start to shift a little bit. You're going to start looking at yourself as a more valuable person. And as you start to grow that confidence, you start thinking in a positive way, then those around you are going to start noticing those things. And they're going to start looking at you in those same ways. So then your boss may be saying, you know what? Wow. Like Michael comes to work every day on time. And while he's here, he just gives it everything. And then he goes on about his business. And, I had to give him some extra work that, he didn't really need to do. He wasn't in his job description for him to do. But, he gave everything he had and he did it. And then those bosses are going to start looking at you saying, you know what? Yeah, that's somebody I really want. Because they go out there and they do these things in a certain manner and it rubs off. So, giving everything that you have 100% of the time. Last tip for the night before we end this show. I'm going to say this. What if your what ifs were all positive? What if your what ifs were all positive? So, you're probably thinking, what the heck is he talking about? What if your what ifs? What does that mean? So, when people start being in those positions, when, they start looking at different opportunities, different ideas, and say, for example, it's a job that you're really interested in, you have that interest, you want to do it, but you've never done it before, and so you go into it with that negative mindset, the negative thinking, and say, you know what if I fail? But I'm saying, what if your what ifs were all positive? So instead of looking at it in that way and saying, what if I fail? you go into it saying, wow, what if I succeed? What if I make it big? What if I just accomplish everything that I set out to accomplish? And guess what? Your thinking will start to change because you're starting to think in a different way. You're starting to think in a creative mentality that your mind is going to start working to help you create those what ifs in a positive light. You know, if you're constantly thinking, what if I fail? What if I fail? Guess what? You're most likely going to fail. And I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. You're driving, you know, you may be driving a little dirty. I know not everyone, but most of us at some point in time, you know, our insurance might have lapsed, our license might have expired, something like that, and you're just driving around, you know it just expired, you got to go the next day, but you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, like, I'm riding dirty. What if the cops pull me over? What if the cops get me? What if the cops pull me over? And you're constantly thinking in that negative mentality, that negative light, and you're just constantly on that what if in a negative way. Guess what? So often the universe feels that, and it pulls the negative things to you. So you're sitting there thinking, what if something negative happens? On a high percentage of time, something negative will happen. So you start thinking, oh my gosh, what if I get pulled over? You see a cop, you start driving all weird, you start getting all scared, you start tensing up. Yo, guess what? They notice those things. And it looks a little suspicious, but what if you go into that same situation and you don't even really think about what if? You just know. You start speaking life into the situation. I'm not getting pulled over by the cops. I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm good. It's not even a thought. It's not a worry. So instead of having those what if something bad happens, you turn those what ifs into something positive and just start speaking life into your situation. You know, because guess what? Everything in life is a choice. You have a choice of doing. You have a choice of not doing. You have a choice of succeeding. You have a choice of learning. And I say learning because failing is not failing unless you quit. So if you're doing something and you're going hard at it and you're just not getting the results that you want, as Danny said earlier, you know, as far as learning things and failing at things, you're just learning. So you're just figuring out different ways not to do something as opposed to not being able to do it at the end of the day. So you have to have that mentality that, you know what? No, I'm not failing. I'm still going to keep going because I'm going to get this right. And everything that you think you may have failed at, everything that you think you may have did something wrong in, they're all learning experiences. So you take all those learning experiences, all those different choices that you have in life, and you start to look at everything in a positive manner and stop using the negative what ifs and start speaking life into those situations, then you will see the difference in your life immediately. The impact is immediate. The change is immediate. And I know people hate the word change, but guess what? When you start to shift and start moving in a different direction and you're becoming a better person, guess what? You love that word change. You love being in that space. When you start reading books and you start to learn all this new information and it's helping you out in your life, you love the fact that you changed the fact that you weren't reading before to the fact that you're reading now. And you see the difference. You see the difference that it's making in your life. You love the word change then when you start to see the results. So people always hit you with the, yeah, what if, in the negative way. You gotta let them know, because you're going to have people that's going to always hate, and it's not that they hate on you or hate what you're doing. They're more afraid than you are. So people are going to be afraid, and so they're going to give you that what if all the time, especially in business. And we talk about entrepreneurship. We are entrepreneurs ourselves, and every single thing that we do that's different than what everyone else is doing, someone is going to be afraid. Someone is going to speak negativity over it. It's going to come. It's going to happen. It's natural. You can't get mad. You can't start to look at it and say, yo, what if they're right? You know what? I may not have that college degree. I may not have that exact experience in this field. They're right. I might not be able to succeed. I really don't know what I'm doing. And change that and start to say, listen, you may feel that way, but I'm good. I know everything that I need to know right now to get started, and the things that I need to find out more of. Guess what? I'm going to go out and become better every day. I'm going to start reading more on this topic. I'm going to go to conferences, seminars. I'm going to do webinars. All these different things I'm going to do to get more information so that I can succeed, because I will succeed, because there's no way I'm going to fail. I'm not using a what if I fail. What if I don't succeed? What if the things that I want to accomplish don't happen? Because they are going to happen. You have to have that faith in yourself. If you don't have faith in yourself, guess what? No one else will. If you don't have confidence in yourself, no one else will. So it's very important that you use all these different things and just use them to your advantage. Guess what? All these different tips that I shared with you tonight, that Danny shared with you tonight, they're all things that we use in our personal lives. And guess what? The results show for themselves. The difference in myself personally today as opposed to where I was last year at this time is massive. I can't sit here and explain all the differences in myself and how much I've grown in the past year because of all these different tips on positive thinking. So I'm going to encourage you to go out, use these tips, put them to action, put them to use, and just go out and become a better person every day. Speak life into yourself. Affirm yourself. Believe in yourself. Change those what ifs into positive. Change your circle to nothing but positive people. Just continue to do all these things, and guess what? Your life will change in a positive manner. You will start to look at things in a positive manner. You will become more successful because everything that you believe is going to happen, it will happen because you know it will happen. And guess what? You're not going to stop until you reach that goal. So just go out and become the best positive thinker that you can be. Become the best person that you can be, and just make a difference in this world, because that's all we want on the Melting Pot Radio Network. We want to help you all become better people, better business people, better Christians, better people overall, so that you just get all this information and put it to use in your lives and make a difference in the lives of other people. So that's what we're all here for. And I thank you for tuning in to Business Blitz on this wonderful Tuesday night. Next week we will be in June, and I want to throw a quick shout out because I don't really celebrate my birthday too much, but my birthday is next Monday. So I'm having a Business Blitz party. We gonna party it up for my birthday next week. So get ready. And as you all know, on the Melting Pot Radio Network, we are a host of shows from sports, business, entrepreneurship, Christian, transformational, educational talk. And on Monday nights, we have Spit Game, our sports talk show hosted by Danny and I at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Married to God, our marriage and relationship show hosted by myself and my beautiful wife, Lynette. Tuesdays, 8 p.m., Business Blitz, which you're listening to now. Tuesdays at 10 p.m., we have Love and Money with Connie S. Falls. And man, her show is amazing. Tune in an hour. You do not want to miss the guest that she has on tonight. Trust me when I say you do not want to miss this show tonight. On Wednesday nights, we have Commission by Submission at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted by Danny and I, our Christian talk show where we just pour into you, have different people come in and just talk about God and talk about the Word of God. So that's what we do on Wednesday nights. Thursday nights, 8 p.m., we have Speak Truth with Bishop Emmanuel Coleman, and he just speaks the truth of God and speaks the truth of life and just gives you the Word like he can. He's an anointed man of God, and he just gives it to you real, 100%. And on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have No Box Thinking Radio with Jonathan Kegler, where he just brings you so many great topics, so many great guests, and just pours so much into you and just wants to help you become better. So definitely thank you all for the support. Keep tuning in. Keep helping us grow as we continue to help you grow. It's a give relationship. You give us, we give you, and we're just going to keep growing together. And that's what it's all about. Thank you again for tuning in. You all have a great night.